This is lovely bowling. Drew Kevin P.
At 36 years old, Saeed Ajmal was the #1 bowler in the world, feared in tests, dominant in ODIs, and unplayable in T20s. And then they banned him, not for cheating, not for match fixing, but for how his elbow moved. The same elbow that had been cleared in 2009 was banned just a year before the World Cup. So, was it politics by the big three to keep Pakistan down? Was the doosra a victim
Peterson didn't pick it. Ajmal's got the
of a dispute between the ICC and its main testing partners? Was Saeed Ajmal robbed of greatness? Or did the system finally catch up with him? Let's find out. Saeed Ajmal didn't debut for Pakistan until he was 30. He had no formal coaching, no real hype, he wasn't even a big turner of the ball. What he did have was deception. A short run-up, a fast arm, and a doosra that danced past the bat. He arrived quietly, but his impact would be deafening. Ajmal's 12 wickets at the 2009 T20 World Cup weren't just the second highest of the tournament, they helped Pakistan lift the trophy.
They've overhauled Sri Lanka and two super teams have been in the final.
What
it's
a Pakistan
Pakistan.
by Pakistan side. They're all saying thank to their Allah.
That was just the start. Things were only about to get better. Between 2010 and 2014, Saeed Ajmal was the one bowler no one wanted to face.
big shot for LBW and he's gone.
With him on the side, Pakistan made 3 straight World Cup semi-final appearances in 2010, 2011 and 2012. There was heartbreak and controversy, but there were always wickets. And in 2012, he got his reward. He finished as the second highest wicket taker at the Asia Cup as Pakistan lifted the trophy for just the second time. By now, he was ruling the limited over charts, #1 in both ODIs and T20s. But Ajmal, the test match bowler, was no less effective. He finished 2011 as the highest wicket taker in the world, with 50 wickets in just 8 matches. But his best was yet to come. In 2012, he destroyed England with 24 wickets in just 3 tests, earning a Man of the Series award. And he didn't just beat batsmen, he embarrassed them. In the case of Owen Morgan, he gave him nightmares. #1 in both ODIs and T20s, and now #2 in tests. A magician at the height of his powers. But no one could have predicted what happened next. On August 11, 2014, umpires Bruce Oxenford and Ian Gould, along with Richard Illingworth and Andy Pycroft, formally reported Ajmal's action after the Galle test against Sri Lanka. They flagged nearly 3 dozen suspect deliveries. Within days, Ajmal submitted to biomechanics testing in Brisbane. The results were damning. Every single one of the 37 deliveries recorded elbow flexion beyond 15 degrees, some even pushing 40 degrees, nearly 3 times the limit permitted for spin bowlers. But Ajmal had been cleared in 2009. So the question was, what changed? Well, for starters, the testing facility. The UWA based in Perth had for years been the sole facility for biomechanics testing. The ICC wanted to expand facilities, but the UWA wanted a license fee for what they considered was their intellectual property. Ultimately, not only did the testing partner change, so too did the testing criteria. The release points for measurement were changed. There were more cameras, and the final report would be 23 pages long compared to 8 in 2009. Another major factor was workload. During his peak years between 2011 and 2014, Ajmal bowled more deliveries than any specialist bowler. The wear and tear may have been increased due to a car accident suffered in 2004. And finally, there was optics. Too many bowlers with questionable actions had popped up, and the ICC appeared to be doing too little. With the World Cup around the corner, they sprung into action. Crackdown began in June with Sri Lanka Senanaike. 7 more players would be reported over the next 3 months, including Sunil Narayan, Mohammad Hafiz, and even Kane Williamson. The most high profile, of course, was Saeed Ajmal, and even though he would attempt to remodel his action, the magic was gone. 3 matches later, he was done. His dreams of one final World Cup appearance were shattered, and so were Pakistan's hopes. That brings us to the what ifs. Could Pakistan's 2015 World Cup campaign have gone differently? Ajmal did have good records against all 3 opponents that defeated Pakistan, including an average of 18 versus India. And Pakistan's weak bowling attack could have used his wickets in a campaign where their spinners only contributed 5, led by 3 from part-timer Haris Sohail. And what if he hadn't debuted at 30 and ended up playing more than 35 test matches? Would we be talking about him as one of the greatest off-spinners of all time? If you remove Australia and New Zealand, against whom he only played 1 match each, Ajmal took at least 5 wickets in an innings against 5 of 6 teams, with the only exception being Bangladesh. He remains one of the only spinners to ever take 10 wickets in a test match in South Africa. Consider his career with his contemporaries at the time, Ravichandran Ashwin and Nathan Lyon. Of course, Ashwin and Lyon would go on to take over 500 wickets,
500 test match wickets for Nathan Lyon,
writing themselves into the history books, the last of a dying breed. Still, in just 5 short years and 35 matches, Ajmal left his mark as Pakistan's 9th highest wicket taker. And while other spinners may have taken more wickets than him, none had a better average. It's a similar story in ODIs, where his 182 wickets, taken at an average of 22.7 in just 113 matches, put him at number 7 of Pakistan's all-time list. And of course, his greatest format, T20s, where he still ranks number 5 on Pakistan's all-time list with 85 wickets at an astonishing average and economy rate. In fact, his T20I economy rate still ranks as the 8th best amongst full member nations. When it was all said and done, Saeed Ajmal ended his 7-year career with 445 international wickets. He was undoubtedly Pakistan's best spinner since Saqlain Mushtaq, and perhaps fittingly, the last real exponent of the most magical delivery in cricket, the doosra. With Ajmal in the team, fans always felt they could defend any total, no matter how small. He won matches, he won trophies, and he won hearts. His career didn't end on his own terms. But maybe that's what makes his story unforgettable, because not all legends need long careers. Some just need a few years of magic. So, what do you think? Was Saeed Ajmal unfairly targeted? Or did the system get it right? Let us know in the comments. Hit like if you still remember that doosra, and subscribe for more cricket tapes.